Okay, Bonnie turned on her video, so I guess people can turn on their
Oh.
videos. There's
Oh,
oh
hi,
my God,
Molly.
Molly looking so athletic.
Oh, yes.
Molly, you look as if you're like driving jet skis or something. What are you doing? Like you're on your jet skis. Wait, Matthew's gonna turn on your
You
mics.
can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I feel like I needed to give you a taste of California. So I came up to, I found a little spot that had a view of right where I was earlier today.
Look at
So
the beach behind you
right
and the
behind
whole
me is where I was.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Let's see. And then we have Nancy, Melinda, Michelle, and Anna. If you want to keep your videos off, that's fine. You can turn them on if you want. Yeah, I'm a little bit jet lagged. I was in Spain for 10 days seeing my family, and I'm back. But we want to say hello to you and hear how, we've been getting some wonderful photos from around the world, have some interesting artwork to share with you that we could use in the future. Oh, there is Melinda and there is Michelle. Hi, Melinda. Yeah, so we said we invited basically those of you that were on those Zoom calls a couple weeks ago. So I think about 20 something people have signed up for today. We said it'll be relaxed, just want to say hello and sort of I think where we are is that we seem to have a wonderful proof of concept that seems to be people are talking about it, people want to do it. We deliberately this time didn't promote it very hard. We just sort of shared it with you. I mean, we came up with it only a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And then but some wonderful photos are coming from around the world already. Got a few today that Matthew will share with you. And a designer friend did some interesting things for us for next time. Hopefully, we'll share that with you too. But I'll just hear from you how you are, how your week has been, how your 2 weeks have been, how your if you did something today, how did it go, or yesterday. If anyone wants to share anything, go for it. Just a relaxing Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I'll start if you want. I mean,
Sorry.
unmute.
Yeah, there you go.
Not yet. Well, we just had so much fun with this. And as you know, we had a home base in Richmond, Virginia. I'm in California, in Southern California right now, did one. And we had at least 10 other sites across the world doing this too. And for me, it's like, it gave us an opportunity, it gave us this space to connect again. Because there's a lot of people, like my friend in London, we do stuff with, but we're not together. But this was a chance that he could connect with me and send a video. And our question we asked people was, what's one small thing you could do to make the world a better place? And so that's kind of what everybody had their morning breakfast or, gathering together and asked that question of people. So I got a lot of fun answers when I was meeting people in California, and a couple of, friends stopped by, which was really fun. And, Richmond had a great gathering too there. So I'll just kind of pause there, but it was so much fun and just really great to have that space, that intentional space that you've created for us to do this together.
Do you want me to share some of those pictures? Do you have them
Sure.
ready to go, or do you want me to share them?
I texted if you don't mind. I'm not as tech savvy like that yet. I need to learn more from you, but that's why I texted them to you. So
here are some pictures that
yeah, these are my friends in Arizona or I'm sorry, in New Mexico. And this is Bali, some friends, my daughter's in front, and this is in Carlsbad, saying good morning and that sort of thing was really great. More people in Carlsbad. Yeah, be vulnerable, add some whimsy to your day. I love that one.
What was this kind of activation that you had people do where they were writing things?
Yeah, so what I ended up doing, because it's always when I do something like this, I need to have something a little fun to, get things going. And so I did have some flowers and I had the breakfast items and things. But when people started engaging a little more, I was like, I'm just asking everybody this question. And they were like really intrigued when I started, saying that. And they're like, I was like, what's one small thing you can do to make the world a better place? And so that's what this is, a mother-daughter, Erica and Yolette. And, they said just radiate kindness with a smile. And turns out Erica here works at a coffee shop that's more local. And she's like, they really try to, encourage the people who work there to talk to people. And so she was really like the right, like the right vibe people just kept coming by to me today. It was just really incredible. So the conversations and just again, igniting more of this kindness and this like-mindedness with the people who are stopping by. Like, oh, there are other people like me and we can talk about this. So, and these are two gentlemen from Iran. And, you know, when they started talking to me a little bit more, you know, right away he said, love each other more. And I was like, absolutely. Like everyone all over the world, love transcends everything that's going on. So, and he offered that right away where he was from. I didn't ask him, but he just wanted me to know that. So that was really powerful too, that they wanted to have that conversation with us.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
then
it's
this
a
is,
few
and
more.
after you have, these are my parents. If you guys want to know, they were having a little moment of
All right.
gratitude. And, they, you know, I had to talk them through a little bit of selfie. This is a friend in Minneapolis, and this is like, this is TJ in front, and this is his friend. And for him, he's like, he keeps joining in with a friend, but hasn't had a way because I haven't been to Minneapolis. He hasn't been to Richmond for us to be together. But these are moments that I'm like, oh, I'm going to definitely reach out to him because I'm sure he's going to do it. And because he wants to find more ways to engage with people. So this was a great opportunity for him.
Can you just speak to that a little bit? I mean, we kind of think about different people showing up and wanting to approach this in a different way. Some people, they want to host their own breakfast, and I think for you, you love organizing others to do their own things too. Can you kind of like what drives you to do that? Was there some sort of, what we want to do is remove the barriers between people's intention and action, and you certainly do that with other people as well. So what yeah, what made you feel like you have the social permission not only to do your own thing, but like get 10 of your friends to also do it?
Yeah. Well, I think, gosh, that's a good question. I think for me, this is how I want to live my life. I mean, it really is how I want to live my life and be curious about other people and connect with them through, you know, compassion and stuff. So I think that's really at my core where I am with things, with it. And, you know, Befriend gives me too that little bit of a platform to share it. And then you guys, you know, amplifying it more with this for sure. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think if we all could live our lives being a little more curious and connect with people, that would be a wonderful thing. And with like TJ, like people are reaching out to me on this other level, and they're like, I saw you on Instagram. I want to, and Matthew, that's how we met, you know, like I did a DM to you and it's like you answered me. So that was just like the craziest thing too. And, but you know, people are out there who don't have a bigger voice too, like TJ, and he's like, I've gone through a hard time. I'm really regrouping my life. I want to live my life with compassion for others. And he connected with me. So we've had some conversations on the phone, but we haven't had more. So this gives that platform to, you know, and spark that in other people that they can lift up a little bit more. And now he's lifting up his friend he was having breakfast with and having this conversation. So I think that's how it's all about the ripple effects, you know, like someone's starting it and let the ripples go. And, you know, sometimes you get to hear about them and sometimes we don't know where the ripples go, but both are really great.
Hmm.
Matthew, do you have some of the other photos that came in?
Yeah, I do. But I'm going to organize them like a few
I
more.
know.
Max has,
I was just blasting them. Sorry,
a
Matthew.
lot of them, but no, it's great. I'm gonna make a playlist of the ones from other places, and give me just a minute.
Or
Maybe-
anyone else want to share how it went or what they did or where you're at today? Well, Matthew shows a little bit of a compilation of that. Anyone wants to speak about anything?
My plan got curtailed a little bit as the water in my building was shut off, so I had to cancel my in-person breakfast. But we had I don't know. It was my group. They're all activists. They're all already organizing the protests and doing the thing, and we haven't quite settled on what our focus is going to be, but some of them expressed that they look forward to these monthly gatherings to be like a therapy session, like a group therapy session where they can all, I mean, there was a real heaviness in my group. I mean, I really felt it. You know, people were really unburdening themselves, that, you know, many of them are putting their lives on the line, literally, to stand up for what they believe in. And my group, I'm from Ohio and I live in New York City. So my group is all along the political spectrum, but we sort of settled on our power as people, as to instead of this mindset that to get what I need individually, I need to fight for myself. We are powerful when we all come together, and we can get what we need individually more successfully when we come together. And what that means, it means different things to different people in my group. But some of the things that came up were, advocacy for labor union membership, and advocacy for calling elected officials and emailing elected officials about the things that we're most passionate about. And we might not coalesce around the same things that we are contacting our elected officials about, but we as a group, we decided that in October, our October meeting is going to be a time to create those communications, create phone scripts for people to communicate with their elected officials, whatever their issues are. We don't all have to agree on what that is, but we are all doing that. So I can't say that I got the outcomes that I had hoped, but I really like this group, and I like that we opened up the conversation today. And I look forward to making scrambled eggs for 10 in September.
Thank you, Bonnie. I think what we saw already today, again, with very little outreach, very little, promotion, was already several kinds. So what a therapy session, or people you're going to see in a second, different photos of kids around the world in either shelters or schools, or doing sort of things together in villages. We saw an online version of this, about 35 people from a group of nonprofit professionals who support each other, and they got together because usually they do it in pairs. And today they decided to all meet in the morning across the country, and that was really wonderful. So I think there's an online version. There could be, and so, three or four people all the way to 30 or 40 people. In the office here in the city in New York, we had about 40, 50 people today come to the office for breakfast, all kinds of people, and they all brought stuff, and it was really wonderful. So it feels like a beginning that can, and again, I think the thing that I'm also appreciating is that people are finding it easy. It seems they're finding it easy to talk about. I'm seeing it on LinkedIn. It's easy to explain as a way to start something bigger, but it seems to be a good entry point, a good starting point. It's easy to say, hey, let's do something together in the morning that can then lead to more things that's happening around the world. And the more we can start showing the kind of things that Matthew will show you in a second, the more real it can become. And I think Shelly, who's joining us, I don't know, Shelly, you look at you're joining us from your beach house somewhere. Is that true? Are you no, you're not. You have like this whole beach house feeling around you. But you went to your bodega this morning with your neighbors, and then Melinda wants to speak as well. So Melinda, go for it.
Actually, I have not had the event yet. I'm gonna have breakfast in the park tomorrow morning because I'm always going to put these on a Saturday. Two very quick points. Could you please enable the chat function? Chat is disabled for us. The other one is thank you, where do we send the pictures? Because I have been seeing pictures. There's a WhatsApp group that sprang up after one of the whatevers. So I have been seeing things there, which was very, very, very encouraging.
Okay.
So
I haven't even seen that, so I don't know which one that is, but you can email your stuff to breakfast@idealist.org. And I think also there are some, and then we'll start putting stuff on the homepage beginning next week. But yeah, please send whatever in, and tomorrow we look forward, Melinda, to hearing how it goes on Saturday, which we said Saturday is great. I mean, it doesn't have to be, it can be around the date. Use it as an excuse, and then go for it. But Shelly, you had yours in the bodega today.
Yes, I did. And actually, it was interesting. So, no, it's not a beach house. It's my apartment that has all the old stuff from my mother's old beach house in it. So it has a beachy feel to it. But it's very urban here on 106th Street. So, yes, so I met a bunch of neighbors at the bodega, which is, we don't call it the bodega, we call it the Manhattan Valley Community Cafe. And it has a bunch of stools, and they have an espresso machine and really good coffee.
So we met there, and it's an interesting group because it's a group of people that had worked together about a community issue that we've had here over the last year. And we sort of debriefed about issues that we have not been able to resolve, and about talking about, it ends up becoming a really good kind of follow-up session a bunch of months later about where we all stand about the situation and what we want to do going forward. But it also became a much more general conversation about what we can do community-wise. And I think that was really the beautiful part about it, was that they liked the idea about having a monthly get-together where we could talk about stuff and do things together in the community. And that was, and to bring some of the teenage kids in so it was like a discussion to say, how can we engage more people? We've had difficulty engaging people in this community. It's been very difficult. So it's like, what can we do to make it more an environment that's more engaging for people to get together and see what our common ground is and things that we can make better and improve in this neighborhood. So I think that was really helpful. And it's also is a good opportunity for people to let a lot off their chests about politically worldwide what's happening and how we can kind of support each other. So I think, thank you, Ami. This is it's been like something that brings me back to my roots of what I did with kids so many years ago, and doing it now with people in my community, and trying to really help younger people to get engaged in a way like a lot of us did when we were younger. I think it's something that makes us feel like maybe we can start getting younger people more engaged again. So thank you.
That's great to hear. One thing that we did do is, when you met with all of you a couple weeks ago, I think one thing that came up again and again was a sense that people wanted to have some kind of invite that they could actually, share with people. And some of you did this anyway, but I did go to a designer friend who designed one version. I want to share it with you and just show you what he did. It's not finalized yet, but I'll show you quickly sort of what he put together. What it showed me is that we can get more professionals involved like this, and we'll have, I think, many versions of this thing. But let me just share for 1 second what it is that I am talking about. This is just, let's see, there's a cover here. Tell me if you see this. You see what I'm sharing? You do. Let me open you here. So basically what he did is, this is just like it's a cover for the whole thing. This could be used as well. But the basic idea that he took is he went for this idea of, the date, almost like a 7788 thing. And so replace that with essentially foods from around the world, right? So basically, you have these different things that imply breakfast. It says, join us for global community breakfast. All of these I'm going to show you now, 12 different ones. They're all the same, except the food changes, right? And then there's a text at the bottom that explains what it is. On the bottom right, you can enter, any person can sort of handwrite, the hour, the place, location, and contact, right? So it's just like it's a template that everyone can use. So this is sort of one approach where you take this like food-based approach, right? So, crepe and scallions and yogurts and, and essentially download whichever one you want, and maybe even like make your own arepas and Belgian waffles and whatever. So this is like one approach that he took. And then, under the pair, it's small, but you see essentially there's a quote. Essentially, he's quoting all 12 pairs are there at the bottom, right? So that was like one approach. And of course, metaphorically, this could be, two people meeting in a sense, right? Two different things happening. So that's one approach. And then the only difference, this one says community breakfast, and this one says join, and this one says come to the table on Idealist Day. Again, people can choose whatever they want. Same idea. Here, he did something really interesting. This is a imagine an 8.5 by 11 page on your printer at home, and you print it and then you fold it. You fold it, like an accordion, or so you end up with something that you can actually hand to someone, right? So what you're seeing on the top left here is the complete sort of folded thing. And then you open it, there's, some picture of beautiful food. And then again, once the person opens it, it's an accordion that sort of folds in this way, where you can enter the details of yours and just, hand it to someone, right? So there's multiple versions of this idea, again, all based on different kinds of foods, different ways of folding this and giving it to people. So I think what was nice just to see is how the whole thing suddenly becomes much more real, much more sort of professional looking. And again, different people can do different things. I can stop sharing now. but it became like, here's like one way to do this that felt sort of cool. So, and of course we can, put it up on Idealist. Anyone can take it, do whatever they want with it. And I think it'll inspire, hopefully, other designers and artists to contribute their versions of what this could be for them. He went for this, very food-based version. Somebody else could do something else. So if you have, any reactions to that one way or the other, lovely to hear. But that's just one thing that also happened during these 2 weeks. Let's go, Matt.
I have my images ready if everybody is interested to see them. All right, here we go. So we started our day here at the office with a really amazing, let's see, gathering. I'm not sure why these images are coming in smaller than they should be. Here we go. So from 10 to 12, we had a group in the office. We had breakfast. We invited people to kind of do a potluck style of bring and share. And so that was so wonderful, and people did. We had a couple of different activities that people could do. So that was, we wrote birthday cards to children in shelters, which is really wonderful and part of a collaboration with the Birthday Party Project. And then we had a collaboration station where people could write their ideas on this credenza over there. So people could write their idea, something that they wanted to do, and what they were looking for, and then people could write. And then people sent pictures in from all over the place. Ami, if you know about any of these images, I think you got some of the emails. You can
This is in Nigeria. I'm not sure. So yeah, they met, I guess, in a village. He didn't say much, except only 4 or 5 photos from a village in Nigeria where they were meeting this morning. And then this, I don't know why they're so small, but this is in South Africa. Again, she sent it in. I wasn't clear about the context of the wheelchairs around it, but they're all, kids on the floor doing something together and celebrating, and they put the logo there in the middle. Then
this one was someone that I organized. They'd sent something to me on WhatsApp. They're from Ghana. They said, "Hey, I'm going to do breakfast with one of my clients," and our client didn't show up, and they still sent me a picture. I love it. I was like, "Great!" We were texting back and forth this morning, and it was so wonderful to feel connected from so far away. It was really wonderful. Ami, this is a message that I think is from Non-Five.
When Tasha, who organized this thing on Zoom this morning, and again, this is a Zoom meeting that she put together. These are again nonprofit professionals around the country that she has organized, and that they meet. That it's just like one-on-one therapy thing that they do for each other, therapy support sessions for nonprofit professionals. And today, for the first time, they all met as a group, or many of them met as a group, and had breakfast together. And afterwards, posted a series of really wonderful comments on LinkedIn about how that felt to them and how they want to do it again. Now they can all spread out and sort of each do their own. So that was good. And another version of this. This is in Brazil. Again, we don't have full context for each one, but it's nice just to see the photos coming in. We'll try to get better about getting everyone's stories inside and not just the photos. So that's like there's more sort of coming in, but it's nice to see just the variety of it and the variety of possibility, right? From kids in a mud village in Nigeria all the way to people on Zoom in the US professionally, and how this could easily become more. Marilyn, what is up?
Hello everyone, how are you?
Good.
You're frozen. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
good.
Yes, I'm going to do my event on October because I have some stuff to do in this month. So I spoke with the Idealist, and they told me that I sent a kind of advertising that I'm planning to propose to the people around. So they told me they will send me some information. How can I post the information? Idealist is not the event is not Idealist. It's like it's idea. So in the post I put like inspired by Idealist, but I don't know how can I approach that in order for you be comfortable in order to say, okay, this is event is organized by myself, but it's inspired by Idealist, I don't hear.
I said, thank you, Marilyn. You can write whatever you want. I mean, as long as you feel comfortable with it, we don't mind. I mean, if you can say, inspired by or working with or whatever you like. We're really very free about this right now. We don't really
Yeah, because I was planning to do more a walk in the nature, and
Yeah.
it's kind of little talk about the act of service, and from there we get idea to provide some service to the community.
Great.
But I kind of new in this area, I don't know so much people, so this is the way I think is my approach for the community.
Cool. Please
Okay.
go for it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Hi, Paula. Oh, Melinda has a logo.
Yes, sorry, it's so blurry. It's laminated because my breakfast will be in a park. I have 5 of these that are laminated, so even if it's raining, they will survive.
Thank you.
I also have tiny flyers.
Oh my God, look at you.
And this is the language I created about, what the heck is this?
Yep.
So if somebody is like, you're weirder than usual, what are you doing? I can hand them this.
I think weirder than usual is a great compliment, Melinda. That's good.
Can you send it to me, please, over here, so I can have idea how to approach that? So people say, oh, this is a strange lady who is invite us. Who is that lady? They're going to kill in the park.
We'll next week we'll start gathering all this stuff from all of you and see what people used everywhere and start like sharing all of that as a shared document so you can all inspire each other. Again, partly we sent you, I think we sent you last week. I sent you from Spain some documents that the team here created that we thought could be helpful, but then everyone can of course, create their own, play on that, make, and then we can inspire each other to do more. And again, what you're seeing here is a sort of a tiny, really just a proof of concept of what this can be. Now we want to go forward into 9/9 and 10/10 and start inviting our whole network of organizations and people around the world. But we needed to at least be able to say, this is possible. Look what they have done. Look what Melinda has done. We can share her thing with other people and go from there. Who else wants to step up or step in? Molly and Marilyn, again, whichever. Molly, go for it.
Hey guys, I just wanted to have a comment on the South Africa group. I actually was there last year and went to one of the villages, and in one of the villages, I can't remember the name, I will find it, but a lot of the people there, children are born with different severe disabilities that needed wheelchairs, and my friend actually helped provide a couple wheelchairs, and we're still in contact with them. So it could have been related to that, because wheelchairs are really needed there, and a lot of the children, they can't walk, and there's no other way for them to get around. So anyway, yeah. And I also noticed, I think some parties are starting, and I'm hearing there's a lot of music behind me right now. So I'm going to probably sign off. Yeah, I'm going to sign off. But again, thank you for the platform and the opportunity. And, you can count on me to help next month too.
Thank you, Molly. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks. See you guys.
Let's see. Cami just joined us. And yeah, people are going to be coming in and out, and it's all good. We'll, repeat some things once in a while, but who wants to go next? Share anything you'd like about how it went or how you're feeling or what you're thinking for next time. Anything like that. Manik, yes, Mora Gills Day, yes. Manik. Let's see, who else? Anyone want to say anything? Well, there's no real, we just want to have a conversation. The week is ending, listening to all of you and just feeling that this could become something wonderful. I'm looking at the chat for a second. Let me see, because the chat is open now. Kids laying around. Yes. Awesome. Marilyn gave her email to Linda. Anybody else? No obligation. We just wanted to be here for you and see if anyone wanted to, contribute anything or ask anything. We could all meditate together. It's all good. Go, Alpana.
Yeah, I didn't do all those things because I'm extremely busy in defending democracy and making people understand what's going on. So last night, ICLU, they did a program, they did a relational organizing. training. So I did that, and it looked wonderful. Then they are doing a series of that actually. So this was the second one. And after that, there was a 3-hour training for action, direct action. That was awesome. So, we learned a lot of new tips. We already do it from a long time, but still, how to take a precaution when they suddenly catch you for no reason, even though you are a green card holder or you are a citizen, they still catch you and take you. Where they're taking, nobody knows. So how to protect yourself and all that those things were there in the training, and I love that too. At this point, at this time, we should know what's going on and what is legal and what is not legal and all that. That was good. So I just wanted to convey that because
Thank you.
I'm 100% into this. In the boards, also, we are talking about this, how to engage people, how to educate people, because people are not understanding what's going on. They think differently. The opinion is different than what we think. So that's the goal. Let's see. Engaged in that.
Yeah, different people have different opinions, and that's
Yeah, that's it. For them, that is correct.
yeah.
If Trump is stopping all those snack and all those school meals and everything,
Yep.
for them it is correct. For us, it is not. So
Thank
this is
you.
the difference. Yeah.
So we can keep having
Well,
conversations.
thank you for doing this. I'm so excited and happy.
Thank you. We'll make it. We'll make it.
Yes.
Boom.
Anytime if you need any help in a bigger scale, let me know, because I'm extremely busy in couple of committees and couple of boards, and I'm getting as much knowledge as possible, do the
Thank you.
training and all that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Mr. O'Hara. You changed your first name. Is it like a formal legal change since we last met? What happened? That was not your name last time, but your last name stayed the same. How are you? You can turn your mic on if you want. The mics are all on if you want to turn your mic on.
Oh, hey,
There.
there we go. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing great. Yeah, that's just one of my other names that I use. It's proper pronunciation would be Owen.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, so people were just we started, half an hour ago, and people were sharing what they did today, what they learned. We had some photos from other countries, and so we can do that again a bit. And then yeah, this was all we really wanted today, was give people an opportunity to show up informally, no big agenda, and be able to sort of share what they did or what they saw. Some people keep joining us, some people will leave. But again, it's just an informal gathering. We're sitting around a metaphorical table, and anyone can share what they like. We also don't have to go 2 hours. We can just stop at some point, totally fine, and go home and rest, which I will welcome as well. Let's
My
see.
group also a collective frustration was that there seemed to be no change, that these are people who are engaging in all kinds of activities, but not moving the needle. So that was another theme that came up, was that we'll be brainstorming about how do we move the needle.
That's one of the reasons that we want to scale this, Bonnie, is that I think that we need, many people would like to do more, but
They feel alone.
they feel alone. And I think many people don't mind or would like to add their drop to the bucket, but they want to see the bucket filling, right? You want to feel that you're not actually, that your action has meaning, and that you're not alone in this, and that you do your share, and other people will do their share. There's this thing that happens for those of you who, this happens in New York. I'm sure it also happens in other cities. In New York, when it snows, the city is supposed to clean the streets, but then every person is supposed to clean the piece of sidewalk by their building or their house. it's beautiful to see how, when people actually do it, right, as opposed to being lazy about it. It snows, and in the morning, everyone does their 10 feet, and suddenly, essentially, the sidewalks are clean, right? The whole point. And it would make no sense for you to clean only your piece of sidewalk if no one else did theirs. There would just be a gap in the middle. But because in theory and often in practice, everyone does their piece of sidewalk, and suddenly the whole sidewalk is clean, or you can walk. But that gives it meaning because you know that everyone else is also doing theirs. And otherwise, and so I think that you need that kind of sense of scale and to see what is going on. Otherwise, it feels, why should I clean my sidewalk if no one's going to clean theirs, right? So I think that feeling and being able to see that, I think, is really important, which is why I would like to really scale this and then begin to turn these encounters into action the way that Shelley was describing, that, yeah, they got together to talk, but to get together to talk about doing, right? And so that becomes important. Let's see.
Before this morning, I have to say, I never thought about how people involved in a protest or a group activity feel a sense of belonging, that the people who organize that are often isolated, and they're so busy that they don't have time to, or don't know how to connect with other leaders. And just one last thing, to your point about scale, that came up as well. They were excited about the concept of this as a global movement, and some said, look, there are people living in geographic areas where they feel like they're the only person who thinks the way that they do, and they're surrounded by other ideologies, and that this could be a way for them to see, no, there are people all around you who share your values.
Yeah, everywhere, I think, Molly. And I think that usually the person who thinks that they're the only one is usually wrong. There's usually at least, there's one or two other people. I mean, usually it'd be pretty rare to be the only person in your area who thinks a certain way. And so I think surfacing that more would be great. And also just having conversations across these boundaries. Who else wants to contribute anything?
Can I just share something? Just to do the feedback from my group, there was a very strong consensus because there's a lot of people who are like older activists, people like from their like upper 50s to 70s, and one younger person. But the census is that there's a feeling of burnout, that we've done so much, we try so much, and we need to figure out a way to engage with, like Matt, you're here. I mean, the younger people that I worked with you that day where we gave out flowers, like, how do we bridge the younger group to the older group? And let us help in terms of sharing information, sharing knowledge about what's worked and hasn't worked in the past, and letting you take the lead, because you guys have the tech knowledge and the ability to do social media in a way we don't, to help spread kind of the concepts of what we've done and you're doing, and help that kind of bridge generations. I think that would be really important now for us to work on bridging the generations, because there's a lot of like wisdom, knowledge, expertise, and we have a lot of knowledge about what works, it has worked and not worked. And maybe now it's a time that things that didn't work in the past can work now because of technology, and we need to like use younger people to like know that we don't want to take over. We don't. We want to actually just help make this world better for you guys. So I don't know how to do that where we could be like not considered threatening, but considered as like advisors and just elder statesmen who are there just to pass on some words of support and encouragement and maybe some knowledge.
Yeah, no, Shelley, just before Monique to go there, I think that the burnout issue is huge, and it's obviously being taken advantage of by people. When you look all over the world, if you look even just at things like like war, in every specific place, the people who are making the war only have to focus on their war, right? That they're doing like one bad thing, and we're looking at everything. We're depressed by everything. We're annoyed by everything, and so the burnout is very, very real. And so that's one thing. Second thing, I think, yes, young people. And third, honestly, having some fun with this, I think, is really important. It doesn't have to be all about like the pushing the rock up. The fun is important. And to Bonnie's point, the mutual, just call it therapy, call it companionship, calling being there for each other. We have to find a way of recovering from the burnout. Otherwise, we'll just keep burning out more and more and more, and you just keep going down the drain. So there has to be ways of, like, even if you say, all month I'm pushing hard, once a month I can relax with my people and laugh a little bit and help each other, and we could stand in a circle and do each other's backs a little bit, rub each other's shoulders. Like, that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? So there's something there, but just like then refueling for what happens next is important, not just a constant pushing, because it's just impossible, basically. Monique.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me a floor here. Today I cannot arrange any breakfast in my morning, but one day I will arrange. So I have some points I already mentioned in the inbox, if you just watch out. So because I think your objective is very nice for the all over the world. That is why I'm right now in Bangladesh 2:40 a.m. But I give it very priority to you for taking some idea for the human. That is why I'm learning and watching and giving idea all of you. That is why I already mentioned some points from mine. If you just see it and give some comments, is it relevant for this ideologist or not? Thank you very much. Stay fine and please pray for me.
Thanks, Malik. I appreciate that you're there at 4 a.m. in the morning. We'll try to also do these meetings earlier in the day so you can join more easily. And yes, Shelly, I saw on your in the chat your question about approaching teachers. I think now this feels very real, and so I think everything from teachers to Rotary clubs to the ARP to senior homes to who wants to go and bake something for seniors in the morning and just take cookies to them and have a conversation, who wants to go and make music, who wants to. So I think there's so many possibilities here with churches and synagogues and mosques and businesses. And again, we can just go to everyone, and each of us can go. It doesn't have to be us, literally, Idealist. Each of us can go to our surroundings and invite people to participate or to invite others. Like, just tell people this is happening. Let's go and do this, and try to go to media, etc. So teachers could be huge, and teachers know teachers. All teachers know other teachers. So that's another place that we want to start. There's a nurse who did something yesterday. I think we're waiting to hear back from her. Hospital nurse with her anesthesia team, and she was at the last meeting that we did 2 weeks ago on Thursday. And with her, it was one of those cases like with teachers where it's a cool profession, right? Hospital nurse, because you cannot be a hospital nurse without knowing other hospital nurses, right? All nurses know nurses, which means that in the world that we live in now, all the nurses are connected to all the nurses, and they can all invite each other, right? You can be a dentist and decide that you hate dentists and you never want to see a dentist again except you and your clients, your patients. As a nurse, you have to see other nurses. Nurses know nurses. So there are professions like that, and teachers is one other one, school teachers, where all school teachers know other school teachers. So you can spread the word among them and go from there. So yeah, lots and lots of options. Who else wants to add to what we're saying today?
Sorry for adding more. I just like this is, I've been doing this for so many years of my life. I just want to let it all out right now. But like the interfaith aspect of this, being able to have interfaith leaders, it's been a big frustration with me since October 7th of 2023 about not having an interfaith presence. Like that I wanted to bring imams and rabbis together and it didn't work. And there's a large frustration there. So I would love to see us be able to reach out to people in the community and like globally, and be able to do that work, because that's what was been missing. I mean, God damn, we need that, so I'm sorry, I just had to add that.
Oh, yes, Sheldon, if you start from something as simple as let's break bread together, I mean, who can say, I mean, some people will say no to anything, but that's like a simple invitation. Let's at least break bread and then go from there. But no big declarations, no big whatever. Let's just come and have breakfast at my mosque, at your synagogue, at my church. Let's do that, and then we'll go from there. But at least let's do that. So yeah. Matthew, the problem is that we told people 4 to 6. So if we can't hang up on people. If what happens if they come in later?
I think everybody likes a Zoom call that ends early, I think.
Yeah, but what about those who like show up at 5:30? What do we tell them? It's like, you know, we were not here. That's not nice.
True. We can put like a holding card that says, "Well, watch the recap on YouTube," and we'll upload it.
Or we can just leave Max.
Yeah, Max can hang out for. That'd be great.
The next generation can take on the load.
So
No,
today we are not having at 5 o'clock.
no, the way it was scheduled it said 4 to 6. And so we're just feeling, you know, if people showed up and there's no reason to stay. There's no reason to stay for another hour. Paula, please send anything to breakfast@idealist.org. Okay. That's
Okay.
for now. And then we'll have better forms and stuff on the site beginning next week. But we have an email address, breakfast@idealist.org, and everything is here.
Wait, I have a question. So is the concept now kind of shifting to it being breakfast once a month?
As opposed to?
Any kind of event on the 9th?
No. Any kind of event, but like we want to basically just push this thing as a way to start. So any action, anything is good the whole day. We're just saying days start with breakfast. And so for this activity of these breakfasts, please, we also have action@ideas.org, but just like literally as a memorable thing, if someone did breakfast in some way and wants to send it over, the whole point here is to basically say, hey, you know, let's build a better world by getting people to at least once a month do one good thing for the world around them. And we're just saying, let's start by introducing the idea of this breakfast, because the day starts with breakfast, and then throughout the day, let's do things also throughout the month. But the breakfast piece is just as a way of breaking bread and just like beginning the day together, the way that you started today, Shelley. It was just convenient and easy to invite people to that.
Okay, but so let's say, I'm just going to give you an idea. So let's say like on 11/11, we decide that, you know, you, me, a bunch of other people in New York, we're each going to like reach out to imams, rabbis, priests, you know, different clergy at different synagogues and churches, and say we want to have like interfaith breakfast and an activity where we do something that's, you know, tangible.
Please,
you know,
that's the whole point. Yeah, exactly.
Can we organize something like that? Can we like give ourselves a lead date and say we're going to try something that's going to be, you know, a little bit more of need a little bit more lead time and organization, like maybe, you know, closer to you know, the holidays, and that's close to Thanksgiving, something where it's like making some baskets for people, whatever it might be, you know, but like to at least, how do we get out word for something like that to get other people to get involved in it, whether it's in New York or elsewhere? How do we, as you, for, you know, your organization, how do we go about creating the, you know, network to do that?
Yep.
And the communication flow to get to decide that.
The short answer at the beginning, Shelley, was yes. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Like these kind of, you know, bigger things, other things, and the lead time piece, because these are now scheduled monthly, somebody can decide to schedule something 3 months from now, but on that day, right? Like whatever lead time is necessary to do something as big or as small as you want. And I love your idea of the symbolism of, you know, like 12/12. It's like, you know, it's December, it's the end of the year, it's holidays, maybe 11/11, doesn't really matter. We want to thank people or start the new year, you know, 1/1 to 2, etc. But yes, lead time, bigger things. And I guess we're going step by step. You know, we just came up with this idea of beginning the day in this way, you know, 3 weeks ago, beginning now to next week, probably start getting out the word to many more people across the city, across the world, invite them to start. And as we go, I think every month is going to get bigger and better. But yes, the point is, for example, if someone wants to work together on getting the word out to every, you know, religious leader in a certain area and have them all join on something, that would be fantastic. I mean, Shelley, come on over, let's talk about it. Let's make it happen in the city. That would be wonderful.
Okay, we could even talk about like a New Year's, like Eve, midnight, you know, whatever.
Fantastic. Yep.
We have enough time to work on it and make it work, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The weekend of October 10th is also interesting. I mean, there's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's talk about this. There's many things to do.
Okay.
And each of them has access to their people.
Yeah.
And we go from there.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Marlene.
And regarding what Shelly said, this is more the idea I have is the first meeting is going to be for us, for the community. They want to be like, you know, in order to help other ones, you have to help yourself first. So we're going to walk a little bit. We're going to disconnect it because political situation now is very supporting everybody right now. So I don't want to, because at this end, everybody has the same goals, live a decent life, a good life. So the first meeting I'm going to do is going to be walk in the nature, relax, disconnected from all the happening around your environment, no? And then once we walk a little bit disconnected, people are going to have a different mind. They're going to be reset. So they're going to be more clear to have better ideas. So I'm going to introduce them in a kind of conversation of act of service, because sometimes people don't know thinking about that or don't have the time to do that. So when we talk about that, the importance of active service, how you can help other people at the same time you help yourself. Then when you're doing a little short information about the active service, then we can make with the group ideas what we can do for the community, because it has to be involved everybody in order to have to everybody say, okay, we can vote, okay, we can go to the smart community, provide breakfast, or we can go to the hospital, give some kit for kids. So in that meeting, you can have for the old people participate as idea to go to the next event. So this is something you can do. You can go with the community. The people are going to meet with you. Probably some people are going to bring you some ideas or some community that needs some help, and then from there you can get idea for the next event.
Exactly.
That's-
Yep.
One of the really cool aspects of that too is if you just bring people together, something else will happen afterwards. So, we've had a handful of people reach out and say, "Hey, well, I'm not really sure where to start. I know you have all these like the recipes for action, which is a wonderful resource of actions that people can take. But there's so many things." And so part of the reason we thought breakfast is such a simple, easy way to start is because people can just start. There's no decision paralysis. You're not thinking about 10 different things that you could do or 500 things that you could do. And just an example of that, while I was thinking about doing breakfast for everyone here in the office today, I remembered this really amazing opportunity for people to pitch projects at this group called Creative Mornings, which is really wonderful in New York. So today I just wanted to show you an example of like a natural evolution. I wasn't planning on doing this. I just had the idea to bring people together for breakfast, but then I printed these out. I put sticky notes over people's information so I'm not like showing everybody's email to everyone. But if you look, people can pitch an idea, and then we had this whole table full of these where people wrote ideas. They asked for people to join them. I can send this form out if people are interested in it. It's really fun and cool. And so then you see people writing ideas, and they put sticky notes with their emails to follow up. We'll send out a follow-up email with all of these. But it's just fun to see like how things happen naturally. And we've been doing it in New York. We've been having lunch almost every Friday for like the last 3 months. And it's so amazing that like we don't know exactly what we're going to do, but someone said, "Hey, I really want to do a poetry night." And just because we're having lunch together on Fridays, someone says, "Hey, we should do a poetry night." We had this amazing night with all these different people that were sharing poetry. It was wonderful. And a lot of the poets, they were like, "Oh my gosh," like we had stations so they could sell merch if they wanted to, or books of poetry and things like that. And they were like, "I never would have made this much money at a poetry event in New York." But it was like an impact community around this really wonderful topic. And so like both poets and people that wanted to enjoy them got to like really be in the right space at the right time. So that felt really cool and wonderful. Yeah, these things evolve over time. So hopefully more and more people will do things, and we won't be just doing breakfast, and hopefully people will use it as a springboard to something else. I also have a video to share if anybody wants to see it, from a few people from this morning talking about it. But Alpana, why don't you jump in first?
Yeah, this is the initial, when you are in the initial stage, like you're talking about. The motive here is to bring people together first. Let's see, let them come out from their holes, from their couches. People are sitting, I can't do anything because I'm powerless, and I cannot let him do whatever he's doing. Yeah, I'm in fear, and all that kind of questions and answers. But then we have come to a second stage Initially, we have brought them in, and now they come in-person meetings. Like it used to be 20 people before. Now it is like 78, 88. We look for chair, uh, shortage of chair. There are so many people. People are standing in the hall. Anyway, those meetings, and then we organized like committees, subcommittees, like and everyone who are experienced and doing it from long time, they have taken the topics. Like, and I love democracy, defending democracy and democracy. I love that. Been involved from 10 years. So I just choose that. I will do that. But lots of them are like immigration, voting rights, reproductive rights, or maybe social safety network. When you are out, um, ICE officers, they just catch you and then ask, where is your documentation? Show me your, oh, you're not undocumented. Yeah, let me take you. So this is happening.
Yeah.
So environmental justice and other things, those topics, and then those people, one person who is an expert in that area will lead that, in a group. And not necessarily everyone is interested in all these topics. Some people might be in there, because they are going through immigration thing. So they might be interested in immigration. So they will join that group. But there has to be an expert sitting there, and somebody will say, no, I will like to sit and talk and know about democracy. They are send it to me, like group. So we have come to this level, and let's see what happens, the consequences
Sure.
of the discussion. And in those discussion, what they want from us, why they're there. We want to know what your expectation. We will not go and help you in your immigration there, but we will guide you each and every steps. So this way we are running, and you will go much far. I think it's a bigger organization.
Thank you.
I
Yeah, it's
hope.
very often is to bring speakers to speak at these different gatherings. Another way of doing this, another kind of thing.
Yeah. So if any time in democracy you want to speak, just let me know, because I have invested my 10 years in democracy.
Thank you, Abha.
Thank you.
Who else? Or we're getting to 5 o'clock, and that's good. But who else wants to add anything before the weekend? Shelly, where are you on 106th Street? I lived on the corner of 106 and Broadway for like 4 years by the gym there.
Oh, yeah, well, they had a fire there recently. I'm at 106 and Manhattan Avenue.
Okay. So down towards the park.
Yeah.
I used to walk down towards the park. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Matt, I loved your hearts. Matt, are you going to show us a video, or you just
I
disappear?
certainly can. Do people want to see a video of a few people talking from this morning's breakfast? I see some thumbs up, so I'm going to share it. All right, great.
Hi, Doreen.
Let me know. I've had a problem with the sound before. I'm doing stereo, high fidelity. Let's see what happens. In the past, the sound has not sounded good, or the video's been choppy. So does this look okay? I'm not playing, obviously, but does it look okay so far? All right, let's see if the sound plays well. What did you experience?
So far, it's been great. I started with breakfast and lunch at Idealist. Happy Idealist Day.
What about this breakfast today?
So funny enough, I found it on Luma. I thought it was Eventbrite. I'm always on it, looking for places to go, people to meet, and fun things. You got to take advantage of New York City. And so I absolutely love it. But this was a good morning thing because I'm not a drinker, so I don't always like to go out at night. So it was a nice balance to be here and be around creative people. I'm a photographer myself, so doing it at a good level and good energy, I will definitely be back more to meet some people and enjoy the day.
So I was just saying this is an incredible Idealist Day, and it's so many wonderful people. It was so inspiring here, all the different initiatives that people were trying out. Also, I got to network with some people and get some advice on some of the projects that I'm working on, and the food was delicious. I had a blast.
I swear I didn't tell anyone what to say. Yeah, it was super fun. This the last guy that spoke, he gathers interfaith individuals, does some really interesting programming in New York. And then the one that talked in the middle, Charles, he found us. Our event got randomly selected as a featured event on Luma events. And so it was so cool today that maybe 10 out of 50 or more people that actually, Max, do we have a count for today? How many people showed up in the office today?
I believe there were at least 50 for just the breakfast. We
Okay.
went through 2 full sheets of sign up.
Okay. So we had approximately 60 people then that came between 10 and 2. And Charles was one of the people, he just found it online and was like, oh, this is my stuff. Let's do it. I'm there. And so it was cool asking people kind of like, where did you find out about this? Like some people knew, some people had gotten an email, some people had come in through like different platforms. So that was really wonderful to see that already we just had like our first breakfast and it got featured on Luma's event list. So if you build it, they will come, as they say.
True. Oh, what else? I don't know, guys, unless somebody else wants to add something. I know, Doreen, you just joined us, but we've been here for a while. I love your earrings, Doreen. Those are good. Those are good. I'm going to tell my wife. And people, I don't know, just wish you a good weekend. I don't know, Matthew, it's on your conscience. You put this thing out for 2 hours. Can we just like leave and then what happens?
We can definitely just leave.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Yeah,
playing to go to you.
it's possible that people will be bummed if they show up, and we don't want them to feel that way. But you know, they can send an email. We'll send them a recap. I think it'll be okay.
Fairly, if people didn't show up by 5, like 5 o'clock is your like turning point, that if they don't make it like for the first half,
Yeah,
you're
we can wait till 5:05. You know,
yeah, like
that could be cool.
I need 4 more minutes of hanging on. And in those 4 minutes, I will take 30 seconds to say, that is what you're talking about with the Luma. That is where the buy-in comes in to help you grow this. Like I'm looking in terms of the numbers, that getting actual organized, like whether it's, you know, AF, I'm sorry, the woman, if she's still here, but whether she's with the, was she with, the American Civil Liberties, is it ACLU that she does that work with? But if it's tied in with different organizations, it makes it more helpful. You know, you're bringing more numbers in with synagogues, mosques, churches, you know, unions, whatever. If you're getting involved with people who are members of those places, it really does help. We do need numbers. We do need power of numbers. And in the state of the world as it is, we know the more the merrier. So.
I just want to say thank you to the Idealist staff. And I hope no one shows up in the next 5 minutes so that you all can go home early. You've earned it.
So we are not meeting by 5 o'clock again, right?
No, there was no again. There was we simply said that we'll be here from 4 to 6. And now you all showed up at 4, most of you. And now it's a little bit after 5 and it's Friday afternoon. And we're just thinking, you know, do we have to stay here for another hour or can we go soon? That's all.
I have to stay.
Okay, so it is 2 o'clock here. It's
Sure.
2 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Seattle, it's 2 o'clock. So,
yeah.
Okay. It was good.
You want to say something? Owen? No.
Yes. Okay. So, with the ending of this meeting, somebody did mention something that's kind of critically important, I would say, is what kind of platform do we have to communicate on a regular basis? Like, do we have a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group or something? Like, I know a lot of people, they don't want to give out their personal information willy-nilly. So, I don't know, starting with a Facebook profile or a group like that and kind of inviting people in and vetting them individually would probably be a good. Oh, wait, am I? I'm not muted. There we go. Okay, sorry.
You know, right now there's a Facebook group and there's a LinkedIn group, and both. So LinkedIn is called Idealist of the World. The Facebook one is Idealist Days and More. You can find it there. You can also they're both linked to from our homepage. If you go to our homepage on Idealist, you'll see it says LinkedIn and Facebook, and you can find both groups there. LinkedIn collects people. It's not a really great conversation. Like you post something and people seem to not see it. The algorithm doesn't seem to show it very much. In Facebook, there's more conversation going on. And I think WhatsApp more locally will be great. And so we'll start going on that also, you know, in a way that feels good to people with lots of stuff happening on their phone, but will whatever works for people. But right now there's Facebook and LinkedIn. You can join both or either.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Let me say quickly, I think WhatsApp, the benefit is that there's like ways of opting into groups where
Yep.
you like decide how much communication comes through to you from WhatsApp, and it's sort of just feels better than Facebook, and you know, so anyway, my
Sorry.
two.
Instagram, yep, whichever.
Sorry, I think Martin is asking what's the purpose of this group. I mean, you can explain better than us. So I don't know. I think it's Martin asking the purpose of the group, so I don't know if you can explain.
Yeah,
thank you.
Look at the
He
chat.
asking what I think it's the first time in the meeting, so he don't know anything what's happening over here.
Oh, the purpose of this.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know what level, Martins, we and when you sort of showed up to all this, but basically, you know, we're Idealist and would love to help many more people around the world take action, whatever issue concerns them. And one way to do that is by having this idea of a monthly day of action celebration, sparking and you know, celebrating action and community on 8/8, 9/9, 10/10, etc. Because those days are memorable and they work all over the world. And then to get even that going, to spark that spark, we're starting with this idea of breakfast or sorry.
I'm starting to wonder if I should start maybe pursuing.
So start what? Sorry, can't hear you well.
That
To
was
start,
someone that they turned their mic on accident, I think.
oh, okay, no worries. So that yeah, that's what we're talking about, Martins, and hopefully that makes sense. I know it's dark where you are, but hopefully that makes sense. You said you're in Nigeria, Martins?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
Okay, yeah. So that's the purpose, is to have more to spark and celebrate more action to help more communities around the world around the things they care about.
All right, thank you.
But if we're good, I think it is 5:07. I think Shelly made a very good point that whoever hasn't showed up for the beginning of the second hour will thing, and then Doreen, I know you came late, but we'll do this again. And so no worries about that. And I think now I'm putting it on Matthew's conscience to shut us down early, and anyone can complain to him. Well, they complain to me because I sent the email, but I'll send it over to Matthew.
Yeah, send it to me. And also we'd love to take a picture all together to close us out. Ami, you mind if I close us out, or do you want to say any last
No,
words?
go for it. Go for it.
Great. Also, I put a link in the chat. Martins, if you're interested in checking it out, there's a video of Ami talking about how we might change the world through action. And I think you could watch that, and it would be a really good video about what we're up to. So yeah, if everybody wants to turn their videos on, we'll take a picture and go from there. So yeah, on the count of 3, again, you might have some reactions. I know Zoom has like some fun stuff where you can make hearts pop up, or you can do like celebration things. And then if you have a Apple computer, if you put up if your fingers, different things happen. So yeah, great. I'm going to full screen here so we can see all of you. Hanato, what's up? Nice. All right, everyone's on video. I love it. Okay, so in 3, 2, and 1.
Wow. Okay. Thank you all. Renato, we're deciding to go early because hi Linda, we're going early because that's it. We've been talking for an hour plus.
Okay.
You haven't showed up, and so I think more people. So we will
Hanato, I am a little curious. I'm sorry to extend the meeting, but Hanato, can you talk? You probably organize a whole bunch of things. Can you just shout them out real quick before we close?
Well, not really. I mean, some things emerged. We invited through WhatsApp group and through Instagram, and then some things happened. So we had a nice breakfast in a small town in the northeast of Brazil. with drums, and I will share this with all of you. So that was very nice. And then we had some kind of individual breakfast that people, they put the Idealist symbol somewhere, draw it, and took a picture. And lots of people asking like, oh, I want to do next time at my workplace. How do I do it? Lots of emails coming in. So yeah, we're seeing like people gathering plans for next one.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I think we'll simply have to declare this over at some point, Matthew. So you can just like have a good weekend, everyone. We'll see you again soon. I love seeing the same faces again, and we'll see you again soon.
You could always just leave me behind.
No.
They'll just show up to the meeting and find me here.
Okay, we'll leave you there. You can scare people when they come in. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all. Martins, I'll hang out for you. I want to hear. I want to hear you. I'll wait.
Thank you. So when will be the next meeting?
Oh, that's a good question. We don't have anything, I think, on the calendar as far as a Zoom meeting right now. Is that right, Ami?
Yeah, soon. Probably but on Monday or Tuesday we'll send some invitations for next week, and we can do this more often so people can sort of come in and out regularly and grow this. So we'll send you, Martin. We'll let you know. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.
Bye bye.